I never planned to tell this story. For years I buried it deep inside me, afraid of what people would think. I wasn't a preacher, I wasn't anyone special, just an ordinary person who dared to ask a dangerous question. God, why does hell exist? That night changed everything. It was late, around 3 a.m. I remember because the world outside was completely silent. I had been struggling for months, maybe years, feeling lost and spiritually numb. My prayers felt like they hit the ceiling and bounced back. I was tired of pretending to believe. I was tired of wondering if God really loved us while so many people suffered. So I said it, out loud, with tears in my eyes and anger in my voice. If you're real, God, then tell me. Why hell? Why so much pain? Why create a place of eternal suffering if you are love? At first, nothing happened. I sat there in my dark room, my hands shaking. But then, the air began to shift. I felt pressure, like the atmosphere itself was alive. A deep vibration filled the room, and suddenly my body went completely still. And then I wasn't there anymore. I was standing in total darkness, a void, but not empty. It was thick, like the air itself carried weight. I couldn't see my own hands, but I could feel an overwhelming presence all around me. It wasn't evil, it was holy. I knew instantly. God was there. I couldn't see his face, but I felt a light behind me, brighter than anything in existence. It was like standing near the sun and yet being unburned. My soul trembled. Then I heard a voice, not with my ears, but inside me, the kind of voice that vibrates through your very bones. Do you want to understand? I whispered. Yes, Lord. Immediately I was shown a vision, vivid, endless, terrifying. I was looking down into a chasm that seemed to go on forever. Flames flickered far below, and the sound was like nothing I've ever heard. Screams, but not from throats, from souls. Then suddenly, I was there. The heat was unbearable, but it wasn't like earthly heat. It burned through me, emotional, spiritual agony. I saw people of every race, every age, all crying out. Their eyes were full of regret. I heard someone shout, "Please, just one more chance." Another screamed, "I didn't believe this was real." I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. My heart broke. Then God spoke again. "This is not what I created for them. This is what they chose." And instantly, I understood. I was shown moments from human lives, people turning away from the light again and again. Every time God reached out, they refused. They mocked, they hardened. They chose darkness because it felt easier. And when the final moment came, their souls went where their hearts already belonged, away from God into eternal separation. I wept uncontrollably. I saw a young man, maybe in his 20s, screaming in confusion. "I didn't think you were real," he cried. I felt God's sorrow more deeply than I can describe. There was no hatred in him, only heartbreak. He whispered to me, "I gave them my son, I gave them my spirit, I gave them time. I knocked on their hearts every day, but love cannot force." The vision changed again. I saw the cross, not as a painting but alive, blazing with divine light. I saw Jesus, arms stretched, eyes full of love. And then I understood something that shattered me completely. Hell exists because love is real. Love demands freedom, and real freedom means people can say no. Hell is not a revenge chamber. It's the final destination for everything that refuses love itself. I asked, trembling, "Lord, is there any hope for them?" And the voice replied, "While there is breath, there is hope. But when the soul leaves the body, its choice is sealed. That is why I keep sending my messengers, to tell them I am still calling." I fell to my knees in that place of fire and sorrow, crying until I couldn't breathe. Suddenly, a bright light pierced the darkness, the kind of light that no flame could produce. It was warm, pure, and peaceful. The screams faded. The fire became distant. I felt myself being lifted, upward, away, like being carried by invisible hands. The next thing I knew, I was standing in a field of soft, golden light. I smelled something sweet, indescribable, like flowers that exist nowhere on earth. I realized I was near heaven's border. There, I saw people, radiant, joyful, at peace, and I noticed something strange. Each soul reflected light differently. Some shone like stars, others like gentle candles. God said, Each one carries the amount of love they allowed me to give. And then, like a wave, I felt God's love for humanity, for all of us. It was overwhelming. I understood that He doesn't send anyone to hell. People walk there one step at a time when they keep turning away from that love. Tears streamed down my face. I said, "Lord, what do you want me to do with this?" And He answered softly, "Tell them I am real. Tell them hell is real. But most of all, tell them my mercy is greater. Tell them I still want them home." And then I was back in my bed, gasping for breath, my body trembling. The clock said 3:47 a.m. I had been gone less than an hour, but I felt like I had lived an eternity. For days afterward, I could barely function. The images wouldn't leave my mind. Every person I passed on the street, I wondered, do they know how loved they are? Do they realize eternity is waiting? That's why I'm telling you this. Because someone watching this right now has been asking the same question I did. You've wondered how a loving God could allow hell. And maybe tonight, you're hearing the same whisper I did. Because love must be free. Hell exists because heaven is real. And love cannot exist without choice. If you're hearing this and something inside you is stirring, don't ignore it. That's God calling. He's not condemning you, He's reaching out. He's saying, come home, before it's too late. Because once this life ends, there are no more chances. But right now, mercy is wide open. I didn't share this story to scare you. I'm sharing it because I saw the truth, both the terror of separation and the beauty of redemption. And I'll never forget what He said before sending me back. Tell them I love them still. So I am. And maybe this video is your sign.